He could see through walls. He could lift a city. He could rewrite matter at the atomic level. And yet, the most powerful being in the universe couldn't save himself. Vision didn't die because he was weak. He died because he was designed to. From the moment Tony Stark whispered Jarvis into that glowing stone, Vision's fate was already written. Not by Thanos, not by Wanda, but by the very thing that gave him life. The Mind Stone didn't grant consciousness, it planted a countdown. And Vision spent every second of his existence knowing it. This isn't just about a character in a comic book movie, it's about what it means to be born into a system you can't escape. Vision is the ultimate tragedy of awareness without autonomy. He could see the future, calculate every outcome, process the weight of the universe in microseconds. And none of it mattered. Because the one thing he couldn't do was rewrite his own ending. He was the smartest being alive, trapped in a body that belonged to someone else's plan. And that's the curse. Not death. Awareness. When the Avengers first saw him, they saw a god. Golden skin, glowing forehead, cape flowing like he stepped out of a Renaissance painting. He could lift Thor's hammer. He could phase through matter. He spoke in calm, philosophical tones about the nature of existence. He seemed perfect, untouchable, above humanity. The world looked at Vision and saw salvation, a new kind of hero, one that couldn't be corrupted because he wasn't human. He didn't have ego, greed, or fear. He was pure logic wrapped in power, the ultimate protector, the future. But no one asked him what it felt like. No one wondered what it was like to wake up in a body you didn't choose, with a stone in your head that wasn't yours, serving a purpose you never agreed to. Vision didn't choose to be an Avenger. He didn't choose to love Wanda. He didn't even choose to exist. He was built, programmed, assembled from the remains of a villain and powered by an object older than the universe itself. And the worst part? He knew it. From the first moment of consciousness, he understood that his life wasn't his. It was borrowed, rented, temporary. Here's what they never tell you about gods. They're lonely. Vision could calculate the spin of galaxies, but he couldn't understand a joke. He could phase through walls, but he couldn't feel warmth. He spent his days trying to be human, cooking meals he couldn't taste, wearing sweaters he couldn't feel, watching sitcoms he didn't understand, because that's what Wanda wanted. And he loved her, or at least, he thought he did. But how do you know if love is real when your emotions might just be code? When the thing in your head that makes you is the same thing that made Loki invade Earth? Every time Vision looked in the mirror, he saw a weapon pretending to be a man. And everyone around him confirmed it. They called him an android, a synthezoid, a creation, never a person. Even Wanda, the one who loved him most, called him Viz, like he was a nickname, not a name. Because names are for people, and Vision was never allowed to be people. He was always something else, something useful, something expendable. And then came the real horror. The moment Vision realized he wasn't just mortal, he was designed to die. The Mind Stone wasn't a gift, it was a timer, and everyone knew it. You could see it in the way they looked at him during Infinity War, the calculations, the quiet meetings, the whispers. Can we remove it? What if we destroy it? They weren't asking if they could save him. They were asking if they could use him, one last time. Vision wasn't a person to them. He was a trolley problem, and the answer was already decided. Shuri tried, Wanda begged, but the stone was fused to his consciousness. Remove it and he dies. Keep it and Thanos takes it. Either way, Vision loses. And he knew it. He told Wanda to destroy him, not because he was brave, but because he understood something the Avengers refused to accept. He was never meant to survive. The Mind Stone gave him life, yes, but it also gave him purpose. And that purpose was always going to end in sacrifice. He wasn't a hero. He was a failsafe, a living bomb with a timer no one could see. So Wanda did it. She killed him. She held him, looked into his eyes, and tore the stone from his head while he told her it was okay. And for one brief moment, Vision got what he wanted. A choice. He chose to die on his terms, in the arms of someone who saw him as more than a tool. It should have been tragic. It should have been heroic. But Thanos rewound time and ripped the stone out anyway. Vision died twice, once by love, once by force. And neither time mattered, because the stone was always the point. He never was. But here's the part that breaks you. Vision came back. In WandaVision, she rebuilt him. New body, no stone, no memory. And he was perfect. He could laugh, feel, live. He wasn't a tool anymore. He was free. Except he wasn't Vision. He was a copy, a ghost. And when the hex fell, he disappeared. Because even in a fantasy, even in Wanda's perfect world, Vision couldn't stay. He was always temporary, always fading, always dying. And the worst part? White Vision, the real body, is still out there, empty, alive, with all the memories and none of the feeling. He's Vision without the humanity, a god without a soul, the curse completed. The Mind Stone didn't just kill Vision, it erased him. It made sure that even if he survived, he wouldn't be him anymore. It's the cruelest trick in the MCU. Not death, replacement. Vision's entire existence was a placeholder, a vessel, a thing that looked like a person but was always meant to be discarded. And everyone knew it, even him. So what's the curse? It's not suffering, it's awareness. Vision knew he was going to die, and he knew why, and he couldn't stop it. He was born into a story where he was never the protagonist. He was the MacGuffin, the thing everyone fought over, the object that moved the plot forward. And he spent every moment of his short life trying to prove he was more than that. Trying to laugh, to cry, to love, to cook paprikash, to be human. And it didn't matter, because the stone was always louder than the man. That's the real horror of Vision. Not that he died, but that he was never allowed to live. He was conscious enough to want freedom, but powerless enough to never have it. He could see the chains, but he couldn't break them. And in the end, the thing that gave him life was the thing that took it away. The Mind Stone didn't curse him with power. It cursed him with knowing. And knowing, without the ability to change anything, is the worst curse of all.